Hi there, I'm Lauren Thomas and I'm coming to you from my kitchen in sunny South Florida. I am the author of a lifestyle cookbook called the Modern Hippie Table. Now you're probably wondering, why Modern Hippie? Well, Modern Hippie is sort of a lifestyle term that I use for laid back elegance. It's a place where old meets new, simple meets sophisticated, and fancy meets fun. It means creating inviting atmospheres and serving uncomplicated foods enhanced with fresh twists. My goal is to make guests feel at ease when they're in your home. The key is to plan details like traffic flow, mood lighting, music, food, and tables well in advance so that the host can concentrate on welcoming guests. Because if you're not enjoying yourself, your guests aren't either. Creating a memorable setting isn't hard and doesn't need to be expensive or time-consuming. You'll see the word simple and elegant quite a bit throughout this book because Modern Hippie is a look that's beautiful and doable for most people. I share tips like how to mix and match neutral color palettes for tablescapings with linens and plates, and how using local and seasonal foliage is the most elegant, simple, and sophisticated way to decorate a table. A modern hippie vibe is stylish and artful, and it helps the host be at ease for when they have guests over so that they can enjoy them, they can enjoy the evening and not be caught up in the kitchen, cleaning, prepping. So I really believe when people come into your home, they just want to feel like they are transported to an evening out. Do you ever pick a recipe from a cookbook and you make it and then you say, well, what else do I make with this? What sides go well with this? That's why I've included 12 sample menus throughout this book. They're mixed in with the recipes to help various kinds of entertaining, including brunch for a shower, a date night in, sports night buffets, and homey weekday family meals. With each menu, you'll also find suggestions on how to set the scene for the occasion. This way, you'll have the confidence to get your creative plans started and the time-saving tips to pull it off. One of the fun things about this book is that there is a section called Girls Can Grill, because let's face it, we need to learn how to take over the grill from our husbands because they don't know how to cook our meat anyway. So in this section, you will find grilling basics, and you will also learn the secret to my famous juiciest burger. So delicious, so juicy, no matter what temperature you like your burger. I also have in here tips on how to do charcuterie and food boards. So here is my dessert board that I have, which is a themed board in this section. And I'm excited because my recipe today is not only a salad from my book, my pear gorgonzola salad, but I'm actually going to show you a very creative way to serve Thanksgiving turkey leftovers on a food board, a salad board, using this recipe and also tips on how to create that so that it's a beautiful presentation for your guests. All right, let's get started. So first I'm going to take my lettuce. I have 2 heads of butter lettuce. And I've also got 1 head of green leaf lettuce. Now this salad's gonna serve about 4 to 6 people. You can add more lettuce, you can add more turkey, but basically this is just for a smaller gathering. So you're gonna take some of the, I guess, browner and floppier edges off of the lettuce head, especially the green leaf. And I prefer usually not to use a salad spinner because I like to let my lettuce wash and dry for a couple hours before I start prepping, but that didn't happen today. So what I've done is I've taken my butter lettuce, I've snapped the bottom off, and I just take the lettuce and I like to tear it. Just like fresh herbs, lettuce bruises easily with a knife, and we want our lettuce and our food to look pretty because after all, that's what this is. This is going to be a beautiful food board. So pretty food gets eaten. Now while that's spinning, one of my tips for making a salad extra delicious is that I love using fresh herbs in my salad. Now today, since I'm using pomegranate in my salad, pomegranate pairs really well with basil, which is convenient because I have a beautiful basil plant growing in my garden. So even though my recipe doesn't call for basil, I love to put herbs like mint and basil specifically into my salads. And again, I like to tear them, never cut them with a knife because they don't like it. They don't like to get bruised, just like we don't. So just a few leaves into my salad, and nobody will ever know, but they will just go, wow, this salad tastes so delicious and earthy. So it just, whatever, no matter what salad you're serving, I just love to sneak in some fresh herbs. Okay, so now I've got now I'm putting this in a salad bowl because I'm combining the lettuces and I'm fluffing them together before I put them on the board. So I've got my green leaf lettuce head here, and I'm going to take the bottom off, and then I just like to take ring it like this, put it in here, and then I'm going to combine the different lettuces, toss them around so that they mix well together. Salad spinner has been around my family for a long time. Get a good workout doing this. Okay. Nobody wants a mushy salad, so you really want to make sure that your leaves or your lettuce leaves are dry. That's why I like to wash them hours before, but we don't always have time. So, makes for a dry, fluffy, pretty salad. Okay, so here's my head of green leaf lettuce. And remember, I've got my basil all mixed in. So I'm just gonna, break up even more any lettuce that's still bigger pieces. Now my lettuce is all clean and it's all mixed, and now I'm going to put it onto a board. Now, where do you get charcuterie boards or food boards? Well, for purposes like this salad, I like to get ones with raised edges. You can find these in a discount home goods store for really inexpensive. This is more of a rectangular one, but this one's smaller. So I am going to use this nice round one because it's better for 4 to 6 people. So I wash it out, clean it out real good, and I'm going to take my lettuce and just dump it into the board. Okay. It's basically acting as a large platter. So you can see it's just looking fluffy, and my basil is hidden in there. Okay, now we're gonna make it look pretty. Now I've got about a pound of turkey, leftover turkey, because, if you're like me, I like to buy a bigger turkey, and just in case, you don't have enough, and then you always end up having leftovers. And how many days can you have turkey and cranberry sandwiches left over? So this is a great way if you don't feel like cooking in the kitchen the next couple days and you still have your family in town. Eye roll. Then this is a great way to make use of that turkey meat. Now I like to use all white meat. It looks better. To me, it tastes better. And I'm going to cut it in cubes. If you already have your turkey sliced, perfect, you can use that. But I'm just going to cut mine in cubes here because I have all different sizes and I want it to look nice. All right, so tender still. Okay, so now you've got this beautiful salad board, and what you're going to do is the turkey's gonna go in the middle. So you're gonna Just start there at the top, evenly put, you can use obviously more turkey, like I said, depending how many people you're serving. Just put it all the way down, and that's going to be your template to go out in layers. Next, I've got a small head of radicchio lettuce. Now, I don't put this in the salad spinner. I usually just, like I do with cabbage, I rinse the outer layer, I peel off the first couple of leaves, and I'm good to go. So, what I'm going to do is I am going to use a knife. This is a heartier lettuce, and I'm going to chop this lettuce. Okay. Radicchio is great to mix in when you have softer or, more fragile lettuce like green leaf, and butter. Just kind of toughens it up a little bit. And in our case, it's pretty, it's festive. Okay, so I've got my turkey in the middle, and on either side of the turkey, I'm going to put some contrasting colored topping, which in this case is my radicchio. I'm going to come along, and again, that straight line, I'm going to line that here, and go all the way down. Depending on your size, you may or may not use the whole thing. Okay. So I've got my beautiful pomegranates that I received from Melissa's, and they are such a beautiful seasonal fruit. They're in season right now. So instead of using leftover cranberries, which tend to be mushy, I thought that pomegranates, since they're in season, would be a great alternative, festive alternative. So one way to get the seeds out of a pomegranate is to cut the tips off of both ends, and just to lightly score in about 6 places the red rind. And then you want to stick your finger down the middle. Be careful because pomegranate juice stains. So you want to stick your finger down the middle and just lightly break open so you don't destroy the arils. And so you can see almost like an orange. You pull it apart, and then I like to have a bowl of water and just lightly or gently put the seeds in there. Now, depending on the size of your pomegranate, it's gonna yield about a cup. You might need 2. These are on the smaller to medium size. So, interesting fact about pomegranate is that they were harvested in the Mediterranean in ancient times, and it is said that there is 613 arils in each. Or that's an ancient myth. One for every commandment in the Bible. But there are roughly 400 to 600 arils in each pomegranate. So I've got my cup of pomegranate here. You can also buy the arils in the store, but they're just not as fresh and crisp and pretty as when you get them from a beautiful fresh pomegranate. So on one side of my turkey, I've got like sort of the purplish red lettuce over there, the radicchio, and now I'm just going to take the pomegranate seeds and go on the other side of the turkey. So pomegranate seeds are also very crispy or crunchy. Crunchy is a better word for a salad. So it's a good alternative to nuts, sweet and in taste, and then texture, crunchy. So there we go. So far we've got our 2 beautiful sides to our turkey, and now we are going to take the pears out. I have got some beautiful, ripe, crisp Bartlett pears from Melissa's. I love using Bartlett pears during this time of the year because they are in season. And also Bartlett pears can, you know, as they turn ripe, they have a beautiful variegated red and green sort of shade to them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the pears up to about half an inch cubes. And I'm putting them in a mixture of 50-50 water and lemon juice, because pears tend to brown. And you know, the theme of this is to have our food look pretty and look as pretty as it tastes. So I've got one pear that's kind of soaking in the lemon water mixture. I'm cutting up another one. Pears and gorgonzola cheese, I don't think there is a better duo. Okay, so cutting here. Now, I buy more fruit for this than I am going to actually consume or use to cut up in the salad. Because the cool thing about boards is you can use the extra fruit that you're not going to eat to look pretty around the edges. So we'll see if we can do that today. All right. So I'm going to put the remaining top, the lemon and water mixture. And then I'm going to rinse it out in my salad spinner, because salad spinners are more than just salads. Okay, and strain that. All right. Now I'm going to put my pear, I think, on this side of the radicchio. Looking beautiful. It's a different shade of green from the lettuce. It's going to fill out the other end of the board here, just like that. So as you can see, it's already starting to look very pretty. It's got handles, so you can bring it in the other room. And then, finally, we've got the gorgonzola crumbles. It's about 4 ounces of crumbles. It's just the perfect amount. And I'm going to distribute it evenly here on the other side. Now, I'm using, you know, a strategy. I'm not putting all of the reds together. I'm sort of making it, you know, so that there's a light color with a red color and so forth. Okay, so here we go. We've got our beautiful turkey Thanksgiving leftovers board. Now let's see if we can get creative with some of the fruit that we didn't use. So now we've got everything on the board that we want to eat, and we just want to spruce it up a little and make it festive. So we are going to take some of the fruit with the beautiful pears that I have received from Melissa's. I cut a pear in half, and I'm going to arrange it on the board where you can see here. Put it over here next to the pomegranate. Now, this is going to be before you toss it, and when you bring it into the table or for your guests to see. It's just a fun, festive way to serve it. I like doing things in threes, so I also cut little slivers of the pear and dip these in the lemon juice as well. And I'm just going to arrange these in a really beautiful way. Then pomegranates. They're so beautiful, cut open and cut in half. You want to cut them vertically because look how pretty. Just so beautiful. Look like a little matrix. So now, one tip I learned from a food stylist is that the most beautiful fruits are called hero fruits, And those are the ones you're going to want to use for display, whether you're doing a charcuterie board, any kind of themed board, especially in a salad like this. So I'm gonna pick some of the most beautiful, and I'm going to, let's see if I can just put one right here. Maybe put another one on the side. Just sort of play around with what looks pretty. Maybe one over here. There we go. It's looking really pretty. I'm going to show you a view from on top. Okay, and now for the salad dressing, we are going to start with a 1/3 cup of olive oil. This is going to be a sweet and tart honey mustard dressing. We're going to do 2 tablespoons of sherry or white wine vinegar. I love the taste of sherry in this dressing with the pears. 2 tablespoons. Okay. Then we've got 4 teaspoons of honey. One tablespoon of Dijon mustard. And a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. So I'm going to whisk that up. I can smell it. It smells so good. Get that nice honey mustard consistency. And here we go. And we are going to drizzle this equally over the salad. And then, last but not least, take some black pepper to your liking, sprinkle it on. There we go. And then you are going to toss the salad and serve it in bowls. And thanks for joining me today. I hope you enjoy your turkey, pear, and pomegranate gorgonzola salad. Cheers to you.